How Minecraft won me $100. When you think about it, not a lot of people can say that they have been lucky enough to win money with Minecraft, let alone with any video game. Or maybe you have, but how much was it? 5, 10, 20, maybe even $50? The chances of you earning that much money in a day by playing a video game is, well, insane. So how did I do it? Before I get into much detail with the story, I'll have to introduce you to our main characters. First being Cloudy Sheets. Longtime viewers of this channel may immediately recognize him as a very good friend of mine and somebody I often collab with. The other main character is a green boy spelled with 2 N's for some reason. He's currently the #1 bridge player on the server I play on, and he's extremely good at it. He also likes impersonating Cheetah, even though he doesn't admit it. These two people will appear multiple times throughout this story, so don't forget them. This unbelievable story starts 4 days ago as of me posting this video. I joined Cloudy on his stream, and I was enjoying some rounds of Bed Wars with him. All of a sudden, an active viewer of his, Green Boy, asks Cloudy out of nowhere if he would like to 2v2 in the bridge. The winner gets $100, no matter the score. Now you might be thinking, bro, that's boring. Of course you were going to win. Bridge players are bad. Wrong! I knew Green Boy from a time he played on stream with me, and his game sense on the bridge was better than anybody else by a long shot. His 5k win should also attest to that. And his team was also #3 on the leaderboards. Green Boy had every right to assume victory since me and Cloudy made Bed Wars while Green Boy and his teammate had almost 10,000 wins in the bridge combined. Want to know how many wins me and Cloudy had combined? Under 130. Basically, me and Cloudy had no experience whatsoever at the bridge, while our adversaries were probably the best bridge duo on the server. Cloudy obviously knew that it was only a matter of time before we would probably win a bridge game, but I was not so sure. I did not have a lot of time left to play Minecraft, roughly 40 minutes, and I was not confident that we could win in under 10 games. Green Boy never stated that his offer lasted longer than a day, so I assumed that this was our only chance at the easiest $100 of our life. So I went ahead and bought myself the Titan rank so we could host private games and nobody's stats were affected. By that I mean me or Cloudy's stats, since Green Boy and his teammate would just benefit from us. I logged back on, invited everybody to the party, and joined a game. We lost, and we lost again, and again, and if you were expecting any different, we lost again. Our best score so far being a laughable 5-2. These guys are just way too good for us. I also asked Cloudy if he could mute the stream so that the stream wouldn't hear me or Cloudy. I thought he had muted me, but he didn't. Because I wanted to, talk about tactics and stuff, which, looking back, that probably wouldn't have worked since we actually didn't have a strat. Graham and his team were just completely destroying both of us with us giving everything we had. Since I also had bad ping, I couldn't defend because none of my hits would register if somebody walked into the goal. But if I tried to play the offensive and rush their goal, I would also immediately get both spammed off or blocked off or just stalled until one of Green Boy's team could get into our goal. Cloudy was also having problems because the map that we were constantly playing on was very bad for defending. We could build almost above the goal and drop in without the defender being able to hit you out. Most maps didn't allow such an easy goal scoring, but the map Green Boy and his teammate were choosing always was advantageous for them because they always got to our goal quicker. I did score 1 or 2 lucky goals every now and then, but we couldn't make any progress beyond that. Over 10-15 minutes had gone by and the chances of winning $100 seemed like it was slipping away. Well, I have your attention. I might just quickly ask you to like and sub. I know it's cheesy to ask, but it works. Believe me, so sub. Anyways, after our 1st consecutive loss, me and Cloudy decided a different approach. I'd previously thought about maybe going for a map they hadn't played on as much or benefited us defending a bit more. Looking back, it might have not made a huge difference since Green Boy and his teammate probably knew the maps well enough to know weak spots. But I saw that there was a new map called Kraken. Now, Kraken had been 2 weeks old at the point of our epic battle, and I thought we might have a small chance at winning or at least progressing if we played a map that they had the least experience with. We'd always gotten outvoted up to that point, but with the 5th game, we finally got lucky. Kraken got voted. Now my initial excitement died down after the thought dawned on me that we still only had 100 wins, none of which were on the Kraken map. While these guys probably had anything from 50 to 100 wins, they still knew the map way more than we did basically, and they probably already knew the tricks to score on it. But I decided we should still try it and go for it. With Cloudy defending and me rushing, we started the game, and the first goal was obviously an expected 1-0 for Green Boy. But it was the second goal that undoubtedly surprised us. We had for the first time scored the second goal of the game. Technically, you scored a 1-1 before on the fourth game. Shut up, okay? It sounds better if I say it this way. See, what I did was I went onto one of the arms of the Kraken, and I built a god bridge from there. Now, they've been doing this for a while now, building new god bridges, that is, but it never worked out for us. I mean, I expected nothing at first since Green's teammate scored before I got into the goal, as usual, but when I used the secondary bridge again, I got unbelievably lucky with me actually outrunning the enemy team. Obviously, Cloudy's defense was amazing, and I scored before they did. After that goal, I was very excited at our noticeable progress, but with that being said, I expected Green to immediately block the bridge and stall for long enough so that his teammate could score. But Cloudy, the GOAT, denied that. Green failed at blocking, and Cloudy's defense was incredible. I scored again, and now for the first time we were leading. We were both happy, but also knew we couldn't lose focus. Green Boy once again attacked me on the bridge, but I managed to bypass him. If Cloudy wasn't an absolute go to defending, Green might have probably stalled me for long enough for his teammate to score, but Cloudy once again denied that. I scored after a very close encounter with Green, and it was at this moment that me and Cloudy both realized we had something amazing going on. I honestly expected Green to go from having fun mode to ultra sweaty mode, and while Green did finally manage to block off the way to the goal, Cloudy once again stopped Green's hopes of a 3-2. I made my way up the bridge that I had created and fought Green once more. This time Green's teammate was very aggro. He almost scored multiple times, but Cloudy stopped him just in time for me to jump over Green and get into the goal with half a heart. My bad ping had finally come into use and stopped Green from hitting me mid-air before I scored. Me and Sheets were buzzing. We were one goal away from $100. But I also had to consider that Green could make a comeback. See, the day before, Green had told us about a new unbeatable play that was way too hard to counter. So we were both aware that they had not utilized it yet, and so the pressure was very high on both sides. The stand was 4-1. Green was suddenly playing way better than I expected and managed to kill me before I could get into the goal and set the score to 5-1. Instead, Green Boy's teammate managed to make it 4-2. The idea of a comeback felt very real because they had a very good bridge from our base to ours. At this point, me and Green had finally reached the height limit on our bridge. The Kraken map was actually one of the lower maps build limit wise, which I actually did not know going into the 2v2. The fact that it was did help me out more than I ever expected. With one goal to go, I ran onto the bridge, and Green, who has about 20 CPS on his right mouse button, tried to block me off with his block spam. But lucky for me, he was at build limit. Green obviously didn't expect that we had hit build limit, and he frantically hit me a couple times before I just jumped over him. I was really nervous, so I jumped off the bridge way before I should have and was on a vulnerable floor where Green's teammate was about to respond to the Cloudy's spectacular defending. I was just jumping around, trying to get into the goal, but getting hit off by Green multiple times before it happened. Through great luck of mine and terrible luck of Green's, I walked into the goal somehow. The standings were now 5-2. We had somehow won. I was speechless. Well, I mean, not quite.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Let's freaking go!
Let's go!
We got him, I told you! Me and Cloudy had beaten one of the best bridge duos, if not the best at their own mode, by sheer determination. Cloudy then added Green and his team into the call and discussed what had just happened. Green immediately said he wasn't going to pay. I'm kidding, I'm joking. Green did reassure us that he would pay, but problems quickly arose. Green, for some reason, didn't have a PayPal account, only a credit card, which meant that he could only send money through Super Chat on a live stream. If you are a YouTuber, you will know that YouTube takes a hefty share of your Super Chat revenue, which would either mean Green had to send more money to me in Sheets, so we could still get $100 with YouTube taking its cut, or we'd have to accept a way lower amount of money. Cloudy tried to resolve the issue by linking his credit card with his streaming software to allow Green to send money, but for some reason the bank didn't see the streaming software as legitimate, thus denying any hope from me and Cloudy of getting the full amount. Green still sent a bit above the $100, but with YouTube taking its cut, it got way below the actual sum. The whole thing was really fun for all of us though, and we will definitely do it again. Comment money if you made this far! If you guys want to enjoy more Storytime videos like this one, click on this playlist. Click it. I said click it. You know, it's pretty good. Have you clicked it yet? will you click it? I mean, you have nothing to lose. Are you also here and haven't subbed yet? I mean, it's like very obvious you like my content, or at least the video, so sub. And click the playlist right now.